Hey, what's going on, family? It's Luclin here, and welcome back to Command Blocks Are Awesome. Okay, so yesterday I did a video on showing you guys how to create like a force field blocked area or door inside of Minecraft with command blocks. Now, I went back and I looked at my footprint and I was like, okay, this is a huge footprint. I need to make this smaller and consolidate it. So I started reading a lot of the comments, and a lot of the comments were saying that the second AND gate was redundant. And so I forgot, and I'll tell you why that second AND gate was there, and I did take it out. But prior to coming up with a design for this, I was working with different things. Instead of using T flip-flops, I was using RS NOR latches. So it would just be a one-time deal. You know, you would hit it, and it would lock it in memory, and then you would hit it again, and it locked the other one, and then both of them would activate the AND gate. Well, for some reason, I was having problems with that. And the only way to fix that was to create the double AND gates to make sure that both states were the way they needed to be before it went on to the next AND gate to activate the piston. So today I'm going to show you guys this. Now, I said I would do a block by block tutorial, but there was really no reason to do that. So because this is pretty simple to make. So if you look here, I have the buttons, the two buttons. There's one button there and one button there. And these are the ones, like I said before, will not probably be in this area. You're just using this area to be blocked right here. So these buttons would probably be located somewhere in a maze over there and somewhere in a dungeon over there, or vice versa. Who knows? So what happens is these are the T flip-flops right here. So we look at the T flip-flop there. So this right here is going to wherever your button source is for the T flip-flop. Over here, you can see that there's the torch for the T flip-flop. When it pushes the block here, this block becomes active, which then makes this redstone active here. So what that's going to do is once this redstone becomes active, this torch will go off. Now here, what we're going to do is we're just going to make a shortcut and just do this. Okay, so you can see that now this torch is off, so which causes this redstone to become active here, which comes over here, lights up this indicator light. So the first indicator light has been lit, saying the first button has been pushed. Real easy. So you can see here is the AND gate. This is the AND gate here, and the piston there. And there's the piston that retracts the block, that takes this and makes this right here make the command block work. So now we'll come over here and we'll do the same thing. We'll just put a block here, like so. Okay, so there it is. So that's all we did. We just kind of were speeding up the process, and it's causing this every time this runs around the track to hit that detector rail, to pulse and hit this right here. Now let me show you guys something that you can make a mistake doing. This block is a very important block, because this is why. Now you see what happened? It's not saying good job anymore. If you notice, this has a constant power now. This is blinking, but this has a constant power because it's getting it from here. So you have to make sure that this block is cut off. So once you cut the power off from there, it just puts it through this block, what causes this to light here. Real easy. So you hit this here. So once again, like I said, that's your T flip-flop. That comes around here. That turns this off. Once that turns this off, it turns this on. Once this comes on, it activates this piston, pushes this piston in place, and boom, activates your command block. It's really, really easy. I can't say that enough how easy this is. So let's turn that off. So now it's completely off. Everything is off at this point. And yeah, so that's it. That's how it works. That's roughly how this works. Now, this right here, now you can do this also. So as you can see right now, this is actually the state it should be in. So if you just take these, you can invert that right there. Pretty easy. So now you come down here and we do this. There's 1, 2, and now it tells you good job. They've been deactivated and now it works like that. So you can make it work either way. Doesn't matter. It just really depends on how you want it to work. Let me do this. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a bird's eye view of this so you can get an idea of what this looks like from up here, because I know a lot of you kind of go through videos and you kind of see how people build stuff. Well, this is what it looks like from a bird's eye view. It's pretty simple. You've got your AND gate, you've got your two T flip-flops. You've got your piston, your command block. And roughly that's about it. I mean, and you can make, another thing too, is you can take, let's say we want to take this command block here. And we want to go, let's take that, let's put this down as a placeholder for now. And then take that, get rid of that. Okay, so we got it there, and I think we can get one more in, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not, let me see. Nope, we can't. So if you wanted to move this over and just make it like this, then you could get another one in. Oh yeah, you could probably just do like that. Kind of a, I don't know, kind of a little bit of a cool looking hallway there. And you can just kind of put that there, and then now you can put another command block down here. So you can make it do 3 different things at this point where it fires off 3 command blocks at one time. So once that comes across, it'll hit all 3 of those command blocks and power them and fire them off all at one time. So we'll just do this just to show you. Let's see. 1, and then we'll Control A, Control C. For those of you who don't know, you can actually hit Control A and Control C inside of here. Then we'll do this, 2. It's not going to go in any particular order because I don't really care if it goes in a particular order. I just want them all to fire off at one time. So just like that, activate 1 and activate 2, and there you go. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. So it's constantly doing that. So you can fire off 3 command blocks at one time by doing that. So the footprint itself is extremely small, and you can make a really cool something. I mean, it doesn't really even have to be a door either. The whole reason for showing you this is just how the functionality of the redstone works with the 2 T flip-flops and the 1 AND gate. So you have the ability to have 2 buttons that have to be active before something is triggered. So that's it. And now I want to explain to you guys the T flip-flops and why I use T flip-flops with buttons. So if you come over here, I have an example set up. Okay, I have a T flip-flop hooked to a piston with 3 buttons and 3 levers. So this is why I don't use levers. So if this lever's down, okay, now what's going to happen is we're going to leave that lever down. We're going to put this lever down, and then this lever down. Then we're going to put this lever up, this lever up. Yeah, we are not, something's not, oh, yep, that's why. This is why. I mean, this is exactly why. So look, this is why I don't use it. So if you take this, put it down, put it up, it activates the piston. So down, up, activates the piston. Down, up, activates the piston, right? But if this is down, okay, and if I put that down and that up, it doesn't activate the piston, nor does that. So if we put this up and do that, it still doesn't activate the piston. So we have to do this in order to do it, make it work. So on a T flip-flop, you cannot use levers, first of all, and I'm going to show you why. So you come over here and let's look at the buttons. So we have 1 button here. If I push this button, piston's activated. I push it again, piston goes down. If I push this button, piston goes up. If I push this button, piston goes down. If I push this button, piston goes up. It never gets blocked because there's not a constant power running through the redstone. With the levers, there's a constant power running through the redstone, so which is going to cause it to be blocked by any other signal trying to get through. See? That's why. So this is why I use buttons and not levers. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys and using the T flip-flop. I mean, obviously, okay, let's do this. I'm going to set up another small just to show you guys another thing. So let's go here like this, and we're going to go right here, put this in, there, 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 and here, here, and here. And this is the reason why a T flip-flop is so freaking awesome. So we come here, just like that, lay our redstone in. I'm not even going to use a T flip-flop for you guys, just going to leave it like this. So let's put that there, and nope, okay, we'll just put it like that. So now let's look at this. Let's go ahead and hit this switch here. Let's hit this lever. Ready? And So, oh yeah, let's do it like this. We need one more. Now let's do it. Okay. So good. Piston works. Piston works great. So let's go ahead and move this switch here. Nothing happens. Oh, nothing happens. So this switch has to be up in order. There you go. That works just fine. That's awesome. But if you ever want to control it from multiple locations, you can't do it like that. You have to use buttons and a T flip-flop in order to make it work. So the reason why that's not working, why? Is because our awesome lever over here is holding power on everything. So turn that off and push this. Works. So you have the ability to turn it on and off from multiple locations in your map. So it doesn't have to just be one location. Now, if you just want to have one location that's specific, then okay, this would work to do this, to find one lever and make it work. But if you want to use multiple locations and you want to be able to use this method here in order to be able to turn things on and off, I would recommend to use the T flip-flop and the buttons, not the levers. So I hope you guys got some knowledge out of this one and you understand this a little better. And let me go ahead before we leave. I think I've already, but we're going to do it again just to explain it one more time. T flip-flop, and gate right there. Piston activates command blocks. This is just on a constant power. That's just constantly being powered and constantly shooting a pulse into there. There's other ways to make pulsers, trust me, but this is the way I'm doing it, and I think it works pretty well. And yeah, that's it. So if you guys have any questions, please remember, put them in the comments below. Also, if you guys don't know, a lot of you are like, you should do a redstone series. If you guys don't know, I actually had a huge redstone series back in the day. And it was really big. It was a really popular redstone series before a lot of other people's stuff was popular. And it was called the Redstone Minute. I also had another series called Zombie Fortress that was very popular too. So what I'm going to do is on this video in the description below, I'm going to put the links for those playlists so you guys can check out those videos. In the Redstone Minute, it's where I taught you guys something about redstone in under a minute. And you can walk away and learn something about it instead of kind of scratching your head and saying, what did I just see? Also, with the Zombie Fortress, it's where I created this gigantic zombie fortress and created these different contraptions from redstone, like, you know, different doors and just automatic mob grinders, just stuff like that. And they were very popular. So if you want to see those things, that's what I used to do back in the day with redstone. So yeah. So now I'm doing redstone with command blocks. So I hope you guys like it. This command blocks are awesome. This has been Luclin. Remember, give it a thumbs up if you like this series, and I'll talk to you later. I'm out. Bye.